Acho, get us started with your top 5. Man, I'm out of shape right now, Coach. Are you fingertipping?
These hands crispy. These hands are
like I'm hurt.
crispy.
Like this.
I need to put myself on this list, but I can't. So what I got to do is put Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown at number 5. Now, what we know about Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, 16 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. A.J. Brown was a huge get for the Eagles because the Eagles had Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith was nice, Heisman winner out of Alabama just 2 years ago. But they needed a big, young receiver who could go across the middle. Remember, Devontae Smith, everybody talked about how he was so light, how he was so skinny. This is going to be a huge combination in the National Football League. I think this combination is what ascends the Philadelphia Eagles to the top of the division. Yeah, you heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard Eagle love always.
And number 4, Tua, Tyreek. Now, Tyreek has been talking crazy on his podcast. I get it. Everybody needs clicks. But Tua and Tyreek Hill is going to be the number 4 combination when you talk about new quarterback-receiver combinations. Tyreek Hill just has too much speed. He's very, very, very quarterback-friendly. And whether Tua can throw the ball deep or not is irrelevant because as long as you get the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands quickly, Tyreek Hill, he going to help you out.
He's more accurate than Patrick Mahomes, though, so it doesn't matter.
God, and number 3, I love this one. Kyler Murray and Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Okay.
What people have forgotten, and remember, I started my football analysis career in college. Hollywood Brown, Kyler Murray, both at the University of Oklahoma, and they were some bad dudes. Hollywood Brown cannot outrun Kyler Murray's arm. So if you want to talk about 2 dudes that are going to be lethal together, Kyler Murray, Hollywood Brown, but here's a secret ingredient. Cliff Kingsbury as well was a Big 12 guy. Cliff Kingsbury as well has known Kyler Murray since he was 17. Cliff Kingsbury as well has recruited and knows Hollywood Brown. So you talking about those 3 amigos, they're about to go crazy this year. And number 2, Derek Carr and Davante Adams. Number 2. Derek Carr and Davante Adams. I think that's going to be a great combination because you want to go. Remember, those 2 go back to college as well. Derek Carr, unsung hero in the National Football League, has MVP votes. 3 times he's made the Pro Bowl. Derek Carr, beast. Davante Adams, beast. But I'm very intrigued by Davante Adams without Aaron Rodgers. That's why I have him at number 2.
You saying Aaron Rodgers made Davante Adams? Did I hear some of that?
Think about who he's made a receiver.
Did I hear some of that?
All the dudes will be on our show. They nice, but are they that nice? Now, at number 1, Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper.
Yo fanfare, yo love affair. What is going on with Amari Cooper that high?
Amari Cooper,
let's hear it.
4 times he's made the Pro Bowl. Amari Cooper, 3 Pro Bowls in his first 4 years. Amari Cooper had a 1,000-yard season with Andy Dalton.
When?
A 1,000-yard season with Andy Dalton.
What year?
Imagine what he can do with Deshaun Watson. The reason I have Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson ahead of Derek Carr and Davante Adams, Deshaun Watson is clearly better than Derek Carr. And Amari Cooper, I don't think he's any Davante Adams, but let's be real. If Amari Cooper had played the majority of his career with Aaron Rodgers, we would be having a totally different conversation about Amari Cooper. We used to talk about Amari Cooper in conversations as best route runner in the league. But we only talk about Davante Adams. Amari Cooper and Davante Adams, I do not believe that the gap between them is as wide as the gap between Deshaun Watson and Derek Carr. Or to put it very simply, the gap between Deshaun Watson and Derek Carr is equivalent to the gap between Davante Adams and Amari Cooper. As a result, I actually think that could be the best new combination.
You like that? The best. 800-yard receiver going to make it to number 1. Interesting. Let's see my top 5, and then let's have a little conversation about our list. Number 5, we got Kyler Murray and Marquise Brown.
I like it.
You got to love that, especially the relationship that they have, that chemistry, and just the speed combination. Not just the speed of Marquise Brown, but the attack of Kyler Murray in the pocket, get out the pocket, create on the fly. Coach didn't design this play, but this play will still occur. And it's going to be a lot of pay dirt, a lot of 6 points going up in Arizona. Let's go with number 4. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown may have surprised my boy Acho because I don't give the Eagles a ton of credit, but I love this combination here. You got to respect a quarterback who has 3,000 yards passing and going into the season wasn't even their quarterback. They was like, hey, you got to fight for the job. Now he has the full support of the organization and, more importantly, another big play threat in my man, A.J. Brown. So I'm loving this combination. It's going to be good to see. Number 3, left them off your list. Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy. Woo! We talking about a special receiver who needs to get into the end zone and a quarterback who's had the last 5 seasons, 25 or more touchdowns passing the football. Now he's going to be able to capture those moments in the red zone, in the end zone with Jerry Jeudy, who is what year is this? With Young Dro? And he's sitting there. So
Young Jock.
Young Jock?
Young Jock.
Good Lord, that's old school. Jerry Jeudy needs to get touchdowns. The dude gets his yards. Between the 20s, insane. Now you're going to have Russell Wilson to take him over the top. Number 2, Tua and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is going now to team up with the most efficient passer in college football history. The most effective passer in college football history is Tua. Now, everyone thinks that Tyreek just got to Miami, got all that money, decided to do a podcast and just start talking out of his mouth. You know what's crazy about him? He's not speaking out of turn. He's talking about somebody who did it before, had a hip injury, had all kind of issues at the coaching positions, and then all of a sudden realized, hey, I'm still something special. Tua is special, and Tyreek Hill is going to bring it all out of him. Number 1, I can't believe you're going to have him at number 1. Got to have my man Derek Carr and Davante Adams. That's the number 1 right there.
Let's go to war.
What? You want to go to war?
Let's go to war.
If you talk about quarterbacks, especially underrated, Derek Carr is in the division where he's not getting his proper due because the division's so damn gangster. But Derek Carr is a monster. We already know. Davante Adams on most people's list, number 1 receiver.
So we agree essentially on everything. Order's just different.
Yep.
Except for your 3, my 1.
Yes.
Well, very simply, let me ask you this. Who's better at quarterback, Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson?
I would have to say Russell Wilson slightly. I tell you why. The best of Deshaun Watson, we saw it, that was a 4-win season. The best of Deshaun Watson. Every other year, you can start to borrow from the defense a little bit. Every other year, you can see lesser numbers for Deshaun Watson. So we're projecting that Deshaun Watson can convert all of those crazy great numbers into team success. But at least we've seen it with Russell Wilson do that in the past. I know you disagree. Let me hear why.
Wow. I just don't think that Russell Wilson has the talent of Deshaun Watson. I don't think he has the arm of Deshaun Watson. I don't think he has the toughness of Deshaun Watson. I don't think he has the it of Deshaun Watson.
The it? Russell Wilson? Making plays on the fly? Russell Wilson carrying his team when they had nothing else because they let the Legion of Boom go. They didn't have the running attack always healthy. And then it was coming down to Russell Wilson just improving and making plays.
But if we're being honest, in the last 4 years, I believe Deshaun Watson has won as many playoff games as Russell Wilson. Russ has won in 5.
I'll give you that.
I think Russ won in 5 in his last 6 playoff games. Deshaun Watson at least, 1 and 3 in his last 4.
Okay.
And then I would also say, as it stands now, Alabama receiver Amari Cooper is better than former Alabama receiver Jerry Jeudy. I love me some Jerry Jeudy.
Not last year.
Love me some Jerry Jeudy.
Not last year. Not by the numbers.
But even still, Jerry Jeudy be hurt, big dog.
Yeah.
Hamstrings be hurt.
Amari Cooper be quitting, big dog. Mine be gone. Be out there on the sidelines. I'm good, coach. You can have that. I mean, he be quitting a whole lot of 865 yards for Amari Cooper when he could have been a true number 1.
If they both play, Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper, Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, if both pairs play 17 games, play the entirety of the season, who amasses more yardage?
Oh, easily. It's going to be Wilson and Jeudy. You got to think about it. Finally, Russell Wilson gets an offensive-minded coach. That's going to help. That's going to activate you. You got a younger talent. Who knows what Amari Cooper is going to do with Deshaun Watson? Because be real, those zebras don't change their stripes. So Deshaun Watson's like, no, I got a system. I got a way of doing this thing. Amari Cooper may come in, another quarterback. Hey, I've had success a different way. Who knows how they're going to truly blend?
But here I think is where your problem lies. Remember, at his core, Russell Wilson's not a mass yardage quarterback.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, at his core, Russell Wilson's a 230, 250 yards a game guy. I don't have it on top of my head, but I would be interested. I would probably say that the leading receiver for a Russell Wilson-led team is probably only 1,200 yards. Either DK Metcalf or probably Doug Baldwin. Either DK Metcalf that second year or Doug Baldwin at his peak. Remember, Deshaun Watson is thrown to a Hopkins for 1,400 yard seasons. I just don't think Russ has the ability to have that same gross yardage that Deshaun Watson can do.
But he has a receiver that's going to be gross with the yardage. Think about Jerry Jeudy last year had 1,300 yards. When the last time has Amari Cooper ever had 1,300 yards? Like, dog, it's not even close. And Amari Cooper, being real, you could blame it on the quarterbacks. But then what are you going to say to Jerry Jeudy? He had Drew Lock out there last year. Like, Amari Cooper's coming down that hill. I don't know if he's going to hit the brakes or he's going to hit the gas and try to come back up that hill. But so far, in near results, it looks like Jeudy might have the nod.